There are growing concerns over possible job losses as a result of the imminent imposition of taxes by SARS on online retailers Shein and Temu. Some South Africans have come to rely heavily on these stores. I'm now joined by Dudley Filippa, who is the chairperson of the Southern African International E-Commerce Association. Dudley, appreciate your time. Just give us some background into what has actually transpired around these possible taxes.
Yeah, there's been an ongoing onslaught from the industry for months and months. Misinformation, disinformation, very, very poor media attacking the e-commerce online suppliers. It's been going on since last year, and especially against Shein, accusations, allegations, totally unfounded. Shein has been around for almost 20 years. They operate in 150 countries. So I'm asking, if they operate in 150 countries, how can they still be around if they're doing all these nefarious things that they are being accused of? In fact, I've just learned that they are going to be listing on the London Stock Exchange. This for a Chinese company that does very dubious business. I cannot believe that this kind of narrative is being spread around.
So are you suggesting that SARS is reacting to gossip or misinformation?
Well, I've just painted you a picture of this company. I think the reaction is to big business using muscle, as per usual. The most expendable commodity in our country especially is the consumer, and we're talking about the poor consumer. Prices need to be adjusted. Well, just pass them on. They can pay more for their food, pay more for their fuel, pay more for their transport and living costs. Next month, 1st of July, they can pay more for electricity, and especially the ones on prepaid, they can pay 17% more. And this facility they have where they cannot go and shop at the big retailers, it gives them an opportunity to actually acquire a very necessary item, clothing. Well, we shut that down also. Who is the consumer? We don't care about them. We only care about big business, those with the muscle, those with the resources, those who can come and talk to us. We never talk to them. We just make these arbitrary decisions without consulting them, as in this case. It's very, very sad, I must tell you, in a country that professes Ubuntu, we always just slay the poor consumer. And in this case, the poor consumer is again the victim.
So let's talk about these poor consumers that you speak of, Dudley. What's the sort of number of individuals that are making purchases from Shein or Temu, if we were to try and quantify that number or give a value to the business that's coming through?
Well, on any given day, it's between 30 and 50 parcels. So that's the number of consumers who are making use of this very necessary facility.
And you suggest that these individuals are marginalized and not privileged, that are making purchases from Temu and Shein.
As I said, you know, we make all these wild allegations just to substantiate what we want to happen. Just yesterday, I read that one of the big noises in the industry said it's only the middle class people that make use of this because they have to use their credit cards. Well, let me tell you something. You only have to earn between 5,000 and 10,000 rand a month to have a credit card. So how do we come to that conclusion? In this country, it is said that 87% of the population has access to the internet. So anybody can purchase here. And I dared to say it is more the marginalized, because we know where these parcels go. Not all of them go into the affluent suburbs. A lot of them go elsewhere, and that is not where the middle class people live.
Now, there has been talk that an estimated number of job losses could result from the removal of the de minimis exemption, particularly among young workers in the logistics sector. Are you able to quantify these numbers for us?
Okay, yeah, that's also very sad. You know, during the elections, every single politician used jobs to campaign. When he was inaugurated a few days ago, the president spoke about jobs for our young people. And jobs, he said, are so necessary to put food on the table. It's all wonderful speak. But when it comes to the crunch, well, we just sacrifice the jobs on the altar of profit. And Shein and Temu, I can tell you, have created thousands of jobs in this country. Give you an example. There's just one of the logistics companies that does exclusive deliveries for these two. And they employ 494, of whom 90% is young people. So that's just one of the logistics companies that employs nearly 500 people. And that is all because of Shein and Temu.
Now, how will this change affect the overall volume of imports? And what are the potential economic consequences? I mean, we've obviously talked about the logistics industry and the challenges that they're likely to face, but also looking at global practices and comparisons elsewhere.
Okay. This came about because of de minimis. I'm sure you know what that is. It's a World Customs Organization facility, which is practiced by all 184 of the members, of which South Africa is a signatory. In America, you are able to import $800 worth of goods without paying any duties. In Australia, it's 1,000 Australian dollars, no duties. In Europe, 150 euros, no duties. China, 5,000 RMBs, you pay 9% duty.
Okay, I don't think I quite got a response to that. But my question was, how does South Africa's previous de minimis threshold compare to those in other countries where such exemptions are maintained?
Well, I'm not aware in which countries they've applied the same exemptions, but I can tell you it's going to have really dire consequences here, because unlike what has been spread around, VAT and duties are paid on every single item that comes into this country, because they are cleared via the authorized channels. I mean, it's been an aspersion on SARS that VAT and duties are circumvented. What are we saying about that esteemed institution? They're not doing their jobs. Are they complicit? The one company I'm talking about last year in VAT and duties was 552 million rands worth of VAT and duties paid into the fiscus. This year, it will be combined more than R1 billion worth into the fiscus. So it is quite considerable.
And just a final question before we let you go. Have you engaged SARS as an organization just to put across the various points that you've put across to me this evening?
Yeah, we are trying to do so, and hopefully we are saying, please let us talk about this. We are willing to talk about it. We are willing to assist you, because we know that this is going to cause complications for SARS. We have facilities which are automated, but SARS does not have. And we are saying, come, let's work together. The logistics companies are AEO accredited, if you know what that means. It means they have been vetted by SARS and they are now an accredited economic operator. It's a world accreditation accepted by customs. It means they are 100% compliant. And that means they are partners of SARS. And we are saying, please, can we talk about it? It's going to cause so much headache for you, for the industry, for the man in the street. So please, let us talk. We have put out that request to SARS.
Dudley Filippa, chairperson of the South African International E-Commerce Association, appreciate your time and he's speaking to us about growing concerns over possible job losses as a result of the imminent imposition of taxes by SARS on online retailers.